maybe we can turn this into our new set because I really like it here. The lighting is nice. I have yellow lights back there. I have no business. So today's video is an updated makeup routine for the Acne Scar girls, which I am now officially a member of because look at what I'm going through. This is so immature. This is such childish behavior as an adult woman in her late 20s. What am I doing with all of this acne? I usually get blemishes. Like, I'm a blemish prone girl. I know, like, I deal with it. I know how to walk around my blemishes. But when I tell you that this acne caught me by surprise, I had no idea what to do. I was panicking. I'm going to put a picture of how intense and how crazy it was. I had absolutely no idea what to do. Now I know how to do with blemishes, right? Because the blemishes, they're just tiny, tiny dots. And I know, like, I am used to those and I know how to maintain and manage them. But when the acne came, I had no idea what to do. Like, what do acne prone babes? What do you guys do? What do you use? The thing about acne, right, is acne is just one part of the struggle. Then the acne scars, after they're gone, now that's the real battle. They just don't fade as fast as blemish scars, and I still have some here. I have a bunch of them on my forehead, and yeah, it's just been a struggle. So apparently, I have to update my skincare, update my makeup. And what I think caused my acne flare up personally, I'm not sure, but I figured out is probably cow's milk. I think I'm reacting badly to cow's milk because I take a lot of coffee and I take them with cow's milk. So I've substituted cow's milk for oat milk instead in my coffee. And I would say that I've noticed a huge difference. But aside that, I have probably been over exfoliating. You see, the thing about Paula's Choice, the BHA exfoliant, I've been using that product for the past 4 years religiously. So I think I might have damaged my skin barrier in the process. So I've stopped using that exfoliant as well. So I just pretty much stick to the moisturizer and sunscreen for now until we get all this together. You guys, the amount of DMs that I woke up to, the amount of messages that I woke up to this morning nearly gave me a panic attack because there was flooding, there was rain in Dubai yesterday. If you know Dubai, you know that Dubai and rain just don't go together. That it doesn't rain here that much. So there was so much rain yesterday, and so everywhere was flooded. And I think everybody kind of panicked a little bit, and so everybody was trying to check if we were okay, and we were. This little Bobby Brown color corrector is like my holy grail product right now when it comes to correcting these acne spots. I think this is like easily the most important part of my makeup routine right now because it really does cover my flaws pretty much. You see how it's just like erasing it. And this is what a color corrector should do. When I see people using all these very orange color correctors, I'm like, I don't know if that's doing what it's supposed to do, but this does the job. Speaking of chaos, why is Bobrisky arrested, please? What did our good sister do? Like, free Bobrisky, please. You know what? I'm not excited about this new Naira policy. I'm sorry. I just can't get with it. Like, spraying money is a staple African culture. They're just doing too much now. I feel like they are just doing too much. If we can't even spray Naira, then what the hell can we spray?
It's upsetting me and my homegirl because we feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to Better No Chase, what the hell could you go?
What do you mean? So what will our weddings look like? Imagine somebody spraying you paper on your wedding day. So what I'm going to do next is use a dry powder puff to blend out the color corrector. Now this part is very important because I feel like this is where things tend to get sticky. If you use like a beauty sponge or a brush to blend out your color corrector, you might lose some coverage. So what I like to use is a dry beauty sponge. So what that does is it just presses it into your skin and it doesn't lift off all the products. Then I'll go over this with compact powder. You can use a setting powder as well, but I like to use this MAC compact powder. Just use this to set that concealer, and then I wear my foundation after. I know it's crazy, powder then foundation, but trust me, The coverage. So if you're struggling with acne scarring, unfortunately, this might not be the best time to be talking about sheer coverage, because if there's one person that needs coverage, it is you. So you would want to pick out a matte foundation that has full coverage. Leave the sheer coverage, leave the medium coverage foundations. Now is not the time, like be realistic. I'm gonna use a NARS light reflecting foundation, but I have to mix that with my MAC Studio Fix. So this is what is going to actually come in with that coverage. You know, something that has pissed me off? People that I can no longer stand. Like, I've had it with these people. They're the pick me's. The pick mishas. So if you don't know what a pick me is, this is somebody that basically always stands up against women, or basically is always in support of men when it comes to matters of women. Not because they actually believe what they're saying, but because they want approval of the male. Or, you know what, go and Google pick me and you understand what it means. I used to be really judgmental, and I used to really judge women that are pick me, because I just feel like that's up behavior. Like, there's women fighting for the rights of other women, and then there's you setting them back 10 steps every time you do your stupid shit, and every time you oppose to whatever they have to say. I listened to this podcast, and Laura Bates is basically a woman rights activist in the UK, who does a lot of standing up for women, maybe sexually abused women, financially abused, domestically abused, all of that stuff. She's fighting the good fight, right? There was something that she said about pick me's that kind of made me start looking at them differently. I kind of started empathizing with them instead of judging them outright. She said these pick me women are also victims of a misogynistic system, because they are so scared of facing their truth. They are so scared of being judged by men, probably because they've experienced that kind of judgment before, or just by seeing other women that are speaking out how they face so much scrutiny and controversy. And so, because of this, they've conditioned themselves to always be like the odd one, just to avoid that scrutiny, just to avoid being judged by these men, because at the end of the day, they know that these people have more power, or society favors them more. So why do I want to be an up? When she said that, I was like, you know what? Maybe it makes sense. Maybe I should cut them some slack. Maybe they are still finding, who knows what they've gone through. But there is this one girl that pissed me off on Instagram. The thing is, they don't know when to stop. If you're so scared of challenging men, if you're so scared of speaking up when a woman has been oppressed or abused or whatever, right? How about you just shut up then? Like, you literally can sit on the fence and not pick a side. In Sydney, there's been a attack. There's this crazy white boy that went into, I guess, a mall and started stabbing people randomly. I think the guy was eventually shot down by a police. So they've gone to interview this boy's father, right, to ask him if there's a motive as to why his son was targeting women in this horrific attack. And his father pretty much confirmed that he probably did that because he couldn't get a girlfriend, because he's been trying to get a girlfriend, and he was just frustrated that he couldn't get any, and he went to take it out on innocent women. Now, even his father confirmed that he was a batshit crazy guy, like he was absolutely tapped. Now, tell me why I went to the comment section, because one thing I always do is read the comment section. And there's this one girl that said, I'm going to put exactly what she said there, but she was pretty much insinuating that this guy did this thing because of women that are fighting against misogyny, and in adverse, they only, they cause men to do this crazy stuff because they are always speaking up against men. So pretty much some men can control their emotions. So as a woman, you should not be talking against men. You should not speak up against misogyny or patriarchy or none of those stuff, because what it's going to cause is men would now get emotional, and they're going to get angry, and they're going to start taking it out on other women. Are you following me? This girl basically said, as a woman, you should not speak up against men because you're going to upset them and they are going to start killing other women as a result. So when these men are killing other women, it is your fault. I was livid. I'm telling you guys. I don't reply to people's comments because it's like that's your opinion, that's your business. Like it's none of my business, right? But I could not. What do you mean? It's just nearly scary. The heights these women, these pygmishas, would go to defend men. I'm not against speaking up for men's rights. Don't get it wrong. Like I always support men when there's a need to. I know, as a matter of fact, there's one thing that Holly T said on a podcast that makes so much sense. Like as a woman, if you post something and 100 men are applauding you and they are in support and the women are against it, just go and delete that shit because you've done some stupid shit. You fucked up. You need to understand that you will never be picked. You can talk all your shit. You can hate your own gender because of men. That doesn't mean you would not end up being a victim of domestic violence. That doesn't mean you cannot end up getting sexually abused. You need to understand, like, you're fighting your own self and you're losing. That's next level pick me. And I was so upset. I was so upset. Like, why would she say this? Like, people have died. Innocent people just died, and you're there talking about this is the fault of women. Women should stop toying with men's emotion. Fuck off. So this is the base. I'm gonna use my concealer, a little bit of those. Put that the areas. I remember this one story when I'd just gotten married and traveled home for my wedding and started posting on the socials like pictures of me and my husband. The wedding pictures pretty much. I remember this one lady that was following me, right? I mean, she's been a follower for a while. We don't interact or anything. The lengths that people will go to embarrass themselves. It's crazy. So when I posted the pictures, right, this girl somehow, this is crazy to me because I don't know what FBI shit this girl had done, but somehow this girl, who, by the way, didn't like my pictures, didn't comment, didn't congratulate me or anything. I don't care for things like that, honestly. Like in social media, you can do whatever you want. Somehow, she found my husband's Instagram. She must have done some serious digging because I don't follow my husband on Instagram. So she found him, sent him a follow request. And I mean, obviously, because he doesn't use Instagram, he immediately told me, did you tag me in something? One of your people just sent me a follow request. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I didn't tag you in anything. Maybe one of your friends, or I don't know. Before he could even decide if he wanted to accept the follow request or not, she now sent him a DM to congratulate him. Chelsea, come on now. Me that I'm the wife, do I not deserve a congratulatory message? You people are acting like birds. That's desperate behavior. Like that's bad behavior. Like before the guy could even accept your follow request, you have entered his DM to send him a congratulatory message. It was so funny. My husband was like, I just arrived. I just arrived. Let me settle into the marriage. You're already sending me DMs. That is embarrassing, sis. You ignored me, the bride, and then went to find the groom to be congratulating him. You bird. Don't do that again. For every day, I don't usually do much with my eyeshadow. I typically use a bronzer. I'm going to apply like a brighter color in the inner corner. I like this bronzer so much, like it doesn't do too much. It's the Huda Beauty Glowish bronzer, by the way. Easy and fast. This is something you can do in 5 minutes if you're determined. And I'll go in with a lighter color. I'm using the Makeup by Mario latest, what's that palette called? The Neutrals eyeshadow palette. I know I talk a lot of shit about this palette, but when I tell you that I've been using it, and I'm just going to find a bright shade, light beige, and put that in the inner corner. Yeah, that transition from light to dark is always so sexy. Nothing crazy. And I'll get back in with that bronzer to merge both worlds together. So I'm going to go in with the same bronzer and set that contour just a little bit, nothing crazy. I'm gonna set the contoured areas of my face, my little forehead, my jaw, because again, we have to catfish. I was wondering, is there any makeup technique or makeup style or makeup trend that you feel like this was instilled into you by someone? Because for me, I think it's eyeliner, and not this type of eyeliner, like winged eyeliner. I've been drawing the perfect wing since I was like 14, and this was heavily influenced by Nicki Minaj. Oh my god. I've been doing it since I was 14, and it became my signature look. Like whenever people were going to describe me, they would say, "Oh, the girl with the cat eyes, the girl with the cat eyes, the girl with the cat eyes," and this was heavily influenced by Nicki Minaj. Guys, this mascara, this Dior mascara is so good. The Pump and Volume one. I've been trying to push you guys onto this mascara for the past 2 years now. So there was this trivia question that was asked on the Receipts podcast. So they were asking if for $10 million you will let your family watch your entire life on video, like a playback of your entire life on video. And you know what? That is a wild question, but this is £10 million that we're talking about. I know how much my family like money, so yes, absolutely, they can watch. I have not committed any heinous crime. So the worst they're gonna see is the bare sex that I've been having my whole life. And I'm an adult now, so the only people that I care about anyway are my parents when it comes to that kind of stuff, because they might be in for a surprise. But this is £10 million we're talking about, so. And if it's any consolation, it's my husband that they will see for the most part. Because the way this man has been clapping this ass for years, you know what makeup step that you should not miss that would like make or mar your entire look is doing your under eyelashes, like putting mascara on them. Like if you forget to put mascara on your lower lashes, when you eventually find out, like you're going to know that there's something wrong. Like there's just something about mascara on lower lashes that elevates the entire look. So I'm gonna do a little blushy blush. Can you just see now neon? Like this blush is proper neon. Damn. So for the lips, I'm gonna use this Beauty by AD Coral lipstick. This is a very unique color of lipstick. Lip gloss actually. It's a lip gloss. And it's so pigmented, you can use it on its own. You don't need to use lipstick before it. Finishing spray. So I'm gonna go over my entire face with that powder that I started with, just to set everything and to minimize the shine, because I do get oily. And this, my loves, is the final look. You know what? I've really hacked this makeup thing because how am I so good at this stuff? Like I didn't even learn. Like I didn't even learn from anyone. This is self-taught. So that's gonna be all for today's video. It's been so nice catching up and chit-chatting with you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and do all the things that make my channel grow, please. And I'm gonna see you guys in my next video.